Hello, beautiful people. My name is Wole Ojo, a Nigerian actor, and live here, the red carpet of the weekend.
Amazing. So good to have you here, Wole Ojo. So what inspired your outfit? Tell us.
Nothing. Just went into my wardrobe and decided, okay, take that, fix it together, and kaboom.
Well, you fixed it so well.
Did I?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't always believe you people on the red carpet till after the show, and people be like, what is he wearing? Oh, we like it. So yeah, till then, I will see if you're right or not.
All right, good. We wish you then. All right. So how has it been, being a part of this entire movie production?
No. I wasn't a part of the project per se, but
Okay.
I have loads and loads of friends who worked on it, from Bucci, Meg, behind the scene, Aforobi, El Noel, quite the list is endless. So I'm here basically to support the team.
Okay. So how's supporting the actors and the cast been in regards to promotion and every other thing?
Yeah, it's been great. For the record, some of the preparations for this premiere was actually done in my house.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I would say I've been quite supportive in my own way.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So how do you hope that this film is going to impact the viewers?
Positively, and hopefully it entertains them, and then hopefully it does well in the market, because that is the ultimate thing as filmmakers, is what we hope for after going through the process of doing a production, of fixing it up, and then you serve it to the audience. You hope it does really well in the market. So yeah, hopefully it does.
Thank you so much, Wole Ojo. So good having you, and so good doing this with you. All right. So finally.
Hi, my name is Bucci Franklin.
Okay. So what role did you play in the movie The Weekend?
Oh, right. I played the character Luke. There's my face here. Oh, I'm down there.
Okay.
Yes, I played the character Luke, an estranged son to Kepi Ekpenyong and Gloria Nozeyong. So I mean, it was beautiful playing a character of a dysfunctional kid from a dysfunctional family, and I'm not going to tell you about it. Go to a cinema near you and watch the best thing out of Africa right now.
Okay. So did you identify with the character in any way?
Identify with the character. I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I don't. There's nothing dysfunctional going on with a man like me.
Yes, definitely.
I'm a man of God. I have peace and love inside of me. Luke was traumatized. Luke was, man, I'd say Luke is a representation of the current state of our economy right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because his emotions was all over the place. It's just a very, very confused kid. Yeah, so confused man, actually. So yeah.
So what was your biggest challenge playing that character actually?
All that I have said: dysfunctional,
Okay.
confused, discombobulated. I can keep going on, scarred, traumatized. Jeez, it's a lot.
So how do you hope that this film is going to impact the viewers?
Oh, it's gonna do a lot, because it touches on family. There's always secrets in family, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's always gonna keep something under the wraps so that mommy doesn't know, so that big bro doesn't find out, so that the family don't get to talk about it. They're family secrets, and it cuts across ethnicities. It cuts across borders, So I feel like when Nigerians get to watch this film, they will relate to it, culturally. I feel like they'll relate to it. And I don't know if you've heard, but The Weeknd did so well in festivals around the world. It's the first Nigerian film to be picked by Tribeca, first independent film to be picked by Tribeca, that is Nigerian. The first Nigerian film to be picked by Scream, which is the biggest American film festival. It's a big deal for us, So it's also going to a festival, one of the biggest festivals in Australia. It's crazy that outside the shores of our country, our film is doing so well. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
and people are talking about it, and it's 84% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Right.
So which is credibility for us. Do you get what I mean? So, enough said. Do yourself a favor. Go to a cinema near you and watch The Weekend. You will not regret it. Promise you.
Thank you so much. By the way, you look fabulous with the black. It looks so good on you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this. Well, guys, you had a See The Weekend and do not miss out on this amazing.
Freddy, and I'm a screenwriter on The Weekend.
Amazing. I mean, so good to have you here, Freddy. By the way, you look fabulous. I love the black.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes. So would you tell me, so what was the most amazing part or interesting part for you working on the project The Weekend?
Well, as a screenwriter, the most interesting part was the writing process. It was a long, painful process, but it was worth it. And I'll say that I don't regret any of it. It was the best thing, one of the best things I've ever done.
Amazing. So how was it like working with the director or the crew members of The Weekend?
Yes, I'll say. Before the director came on, it was two other writers, Sammy and Vanessa. I think they should be here. Wonderful, talented writers. I worked with Sammy 10 years ago on the Encounter short film, and Vanessa I knew by reputation already because of Sylvia. And this is my first film, so I was absolutely privileged to be able to bring my own my own unique sense to this process. And obviously also Daniel, absolutely wonderful director. He directed Sylvia as well, and the vibe was great, the team was great together, the producer is wonderful. He's known me since I was 8 years old. The executive producer as well, the cinematographer is wonderful, the costume, the costume manager, amazing, absolutely talented crew. It takes a whole family to make something like this, and I'll say this is the most wonderful experience.
So how do you hope that this film is going to impact the audience or people who are going to watch The Weekend?
Yes. Well, first of all, we want you to be scared. That's the main thing. And at the same time, I think you will all feel. I think you will feel the sense of family as well through this, through the horror and the dysfunction. And I'll say this as well. You'll feel love. There's plenty of love in this. I know it's weird talking about love in a horror film, but there's plenty of that in this.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Freddy. It was so good doing this with you.
Thank you.
Gundu, I worked on this project in the capacity of production coordinator. That meant a lot of paperwork, starting from the beginning of the production till the end of it, from the inception to the end of it. So I was there through the whole process. Basically.
Amazing. So what was the most exciting part of working on this project?
So I think the most exciting part was when we started shooting it, because in the beginning it was all planning, paperwork, it was all going to find the places, the locations and all that, but eventually when we got to the filming and it coming to life and seeing the actors portray the characters that we were reading on paper, it was beautiful to watch, and we had a really amazing cast on this particular one, and the story was beautiful too, so it was lovely to work on there.
So how would you hope that this film is going to impact other watchers, the audience who are going to see it?
Okay, let's see. The thing is that this is a story that every Nigerian has heard in passing, is something that, suggestively, but nobody actually has dealt with or addressed. So I think that Nigerians would want to see how this story panned out, and it's a basic story about family and all, but I like the theme around it, and the execution was amazing. So I've seen the final cut, but I feel like Nigerians should actually watch it, and it's something that you never see the end coming.
Okay, so finally, how was it like working with the director, all the crew members and the actors?
Well, it was first time for me with many of the crew, but the line producer was personal friends, so it was easier, and we were able to ease into it, but it was a long project, so eventually we all got to know each other, became like almost of the family, but for the end of it. But in the beginning, we all had to adjust little by little, and eventually we scaled through it. It wasn't easy, but we scaled through it.
So finally, what was the biggest challenge? Or did you even have any challenge in working on
the challenge, my biggest challenge, I would say, was the fact that, to be honest, it was large scale, because a lot of things that we even did were not in the film, but it was beautifully done. But the challenge we had was we had to deal with a lot of people at some points in times, and that was not really easy, but eventually we got through it. So the fact that we are seeing it means we got through it.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much. So you guys should all watch The Weekend.
Oh yeah, we should.
Yeah, so.
My name is Freddy, and I'm a screenwriter on The Weekend.
Amazing. I mean, so good to have you here, Freddy. By the way, you look fabulous. I love the black.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes. So would you tell me, what was the most amazing part or interesting part for you working on the project The Weekend?
Well, as a screenwriter, the most interesting part was the writing process. It was a long, painful process, but it was worth it. And I'll say that I don't regret any of it. It was the best thing, one of the best things I've ever done.
Amazing. So how was it like working with the director or the crew members of The Weekend?
Yes, I'll say before the director came on, it was two other writers, Sammy and Vanessa. I think they should be here. Wonderful, talented writers. I worked with Sammy 10 years ago on the Encounter short film, and Vanessa I knew by reputation already because of Sylvia. And this is my first film, so I was absolutely privileged to be able to bring my own my own unique sense to this process. And obviously also Daniel, absolutely wonderful director. He directed Sylvia as well, and the vibe was great. The team was great together. The producer is wonderful. He's known me since I was 8 years old. The executive producer as well. The cinematographer is wonderful. The costume. The costume manager, amazing, absolutely talented crew. It takes a whole family to make something like this, and I'll say this is the most wonderful experience.
So how do you hope that this film is going to impact the audience or people who are going to watch The Weekend?
Yes. Well, first of all, we want you to be scared. That's the main thing. And at the same time, I think you will all feel. I think you will feel the sense of family as well through this, through the horror and the dysfunction. And I'll say this as well. You'll feel love. There's plenty of love in this. I know it's weird talking about love in a horror film, but there's plenty of that in this.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Freddy. It was so good doing this with you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Kago and I'm a cinematographer of the movie The Weekend. You believe now, right?
Yes, now I do. So tell us, what was your favorite part about being this project? The favorite part in being this project actually?
The favorite part of being in this project was collaborating again with my old-time collaborator, who's the director I've been working with for the past 10 years, 15 years. We school together. So we've done projects over the years, and The Weekend came somehow, and we're going to work again to see, and it was a kind of a chance to see how we've grown over the years, how we came from film school, in the industry, working as, and we're making our recent project from our all experience to see how we've grown. So yeah, that was my favorite part. I wanted to see how far we've come as filmmakers. Yeah, man of substance.
Amazing. So how do you hope that this movie is going to impact the watchers or the audience?
Well, keep an open mind. There's so many unveiling, so many things that you will not expect, and you see there are so many interesting characters. Like the man of substance is my favorite character. Like you say, I'm dressing like the man of substance, right? So yeah, so keep an open mind, and it's kind of above the level because of his pedigree, and then so have that in mind when you're watching the film, and keep an open mind.
So speaking of the man of substance that you're currently repping, give us a 360. Let's see the man of substance.
360, okay, like this.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us.
Without a gold teeth anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So why do you really love the man of substance? Is that particular character?
Why do I love the man of substance?
Yeah.
I love the man. Well, sorry. I love the man of substance because he's effortless in his delivery. The film is a very serious film, but he brings in that comic relief. Where everything is so serious, everybody's all what's going to happen, and he comes in and you're laughing, So that's, that wave kind of balances it. And it's, his character is kind of very complicated. And you hate him and you love him.
Okay.
So that's why I like him. And even the guy that played the role, kind of like he wasn't acting, it was like it was real. It was being like he was just acting himself, So the way he carried that character was very interesting, and was interesting to film. So yeah, man of substance. Watch out for the man of substance.
Amazing. Watch out for the man of substance. Then thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Alright, my name is Daniel Reahi. I'm a Nigerian filmmaker. I am the director of the film The Weekend.
Amazing, super amazing to have you, Mr. Daniel. By the way, I love your outfit.
Thank you so much. I'm trying as much as possible not to stand out.
But you do stand out.
Interestingly so, I never anticipated that was going to be the agenda, you know.
Yeah,
but
I mean, even as director of this movie, you actually do stand out. So, what was the most interesting part of working on this project? The weekend?
I think it was just the story. I liked the relationship dynamics, the fact that people are keeping secrets, the father-son dynamics. These are things that I think. So the thing is, when I started the journey of being a filmmaker, I always wanted to make films that had like some kind of social relevance. Yeah, and you know, when you're aspiring to make those kind of films, I found out that over time, some genres are more ideal to make those kind of, to have that social narrative. Regardless of drama, you could actually use horror, for instance, or thriller to equally talk about some social vices or some social challenges. You know what I mean? So when I read the script, I saw the drama in it. I saw the fact that this is a story that, regardless of the ambience or the atmosphere or the tone that it was trying to depict, it was just a story about family. It was a story about relationships, people keeping lies, people keeping secrets, and how that can be very detrimental to a film. I said to a film, to a relationship. So I found that really intriguing, and I decided, like, yeah, this would be interesting for me to explore. So that's why I did it.
I mean, so what set this film apart from every other genre? What really set this film apart?
What set this film apart from every other genre? The fact that it's a genre that we have explored. So basically, I think the way I approached it like a genre blending film, which is very Southeast Asian kind of narrative style, where you kind of blend so many genres: comedy, drama, horror, and all those things. You blend them together. So the idea was to actually do it in such a way, because I was very cognizant of the Nigerian audience and the fact that we are kind of very streamlined in the way we think about film and all that. So I didn't want to pigeonhole the film and say it's horror. It's interesting, people are shouting it's a horror film, but it's not necessarily a horror. It has elements that are dreadful and dreading, but yeah, it's a good film, and I'm excited to see how people respond to it.
So what's the biggest takeaway that the audience should take away from the weekend?
What's the biggest?
The biggest takeaway that you think every watcher...
I don't want to sound too cocky.
Okay.
It's never been done in Nigeria. I think that's something that we should, when we look at it, we'll all be extremely proud of it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.